your sovereigns, Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here. Today's content is how to find your relationship to your twin soul in everything and everyone. And I was walking through a park when I came up with the idea for this content. So I'm super excited about it and I hope it's helpful to you. So basically, if you have been on this twin soul journey for a while, you probably understand on some level that you and your twin soul are the same person, basically. You're not the same person, but they are reflecting who you are inside back to you. So they are a physical manifestation of who you are inside. They are also at the very same time, because this is all connected, they are also a physical manifestation of your higher power that is reflecting back to you. So this can be God, it can be the universe, spirit, source, your creator, your higher power, whatever you'd like to call it. It can even be life itself. And, you know, it's basically, you can think of your twin soul as like God personified, the universe personified. And when you think of it like that, you realize that your relationship to life is fully reflected in your relationship with your twin soul. So if this is true, then what we're really saying is that you can learn a lot about your twin soul relationship by looking at your relationship to basically anything. So you can, it's the idea that you can experience your higher power through anything you see in your reality. So I was walking through the park and I thought this was a really fun idea to play with and a good exercise. And I was looking at a tree and I was thinking like, okay, let's like get really theoretical with this. And I was noticing that the relationship I had with that tree was the same as my relationship with God, and that the tree was really just reflecting to me my relationship with God. And so some of the things that this taught me and that I noticed about this tree very immediately, and this is it's a fun exercise to do, and I encourage you to do this for yourself. But I was looking at that tree and I was realizing that because that tree appeared in my reality, I have been manifesting that tree since before I was even born. So when you think about that, it's like, God, of course, your relationship with God existed before you were born, but also your relationship with your twin soul existed before you were born as well. And the two of you decided to come to Earth together. And that's pretty incredible to think about. So that means like your entire life, your twin soul was on this planet and they were always your twin soul. They were always the person that you loved. Every person that you met and believed that you loved up until the point you met your twin soul was really just like a guidepost on the way to your twin soul. And so every little thing that you liked about any of those people were all things that your twin soul could give you. And that's like really incredibly powerful. I think of the twin soul love as going both backwards and forwards. And so when I look at my twin soul, I think, and really at my union, I think about like, wow, this love it goes backward into like my childhood, and it goes forward into my future as well. And it was just realizing how timeless the twin soul love actually is, and the relationship actually is. So you didn't, like, your twin soul relationship is so natural and so not common, but like it just like exists so easily that you didn't even need to be born for it to exist. And that's pretty crazy when you think about it. So you can take from that there's actually nothing that you need to do to receive that love and union. Like you've been in union since before you were born. And the only thing that happened is you came to earth and you're experiencing separation from your union or from your twin soul. I manifested that tree without knowing that I wanted that tree to be there in the future. So, it was just this understanding that I didn't even have to like put an intention out into the universe for that tree to be there for me. And that tree is there for me now. It was there for me yesterday. It could be there for me tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to that same park and walk by that tree and it'll be cut down. Who knows? I noticed that as well, that not only did I manifest the tree, but I had to manifest so many other things to be experiencing that tree. And so there was actually a collective manifestation going on with everybody who's ever going to come into contact with this park. And it was for the space of the park. It was for the people who are paid to maintain the park. It was for the city who pays those salaries and who decided that the park, that the park would be maintained. It was for, just like the tree growing the way it did, basically, like choosing to survive. It was for the weather that passed through this area and never took out the tree in all the time that the tree had been there. And your twin soul union is the same way. You manifested your twin soul union before you were even conscious to understand that you wanted it. And that's because the true desire for that twin soul union has always been in your heart. The only difference now is that you are aware of it. So you didn't, you maybe didn't even know you desired it. And certainly when you were a child, you didn't know that you desired like a soulmate or a partner. You were just a child and you were playing and you did not care about romance, most likely. And so you didn't even know you wanted it. Another thing about this tree that I noticed is that I manifested it without any attachment to it. So I did not know if it would, I did not know how long it had been there. I did not, there was no moment in my past where I had been thinking about that tree and if it would be there or not. Or I wasn't thinking about creating that tree. I wasn't thinking about finding that tree. The tree was just, it was there. It was always there. And we met at the serendipitous moment and very magical moment. And then I also realized that I was able to enjoy the tree without worrying about whether it was going to be there for me in the future. There was just no attachment there to the future at all. And this applies to your twin soul as well, in the sense that they're just there. They're there for you. Whether you are in physical union or not, your twin soul is there for you and has always been there for you and will always be there for you. And there's really no attachment to that. You don't need to be attached to it because they're kind of doing their own thing similar to the tree. And, you're going to meet with them. It's inevitable that you will meet with them. You basically manifested your meeting so long ago. It's inevitable that you will be with them again. It's inevitable that the two of you are connected forever. So there's a lot there, and you don't need to have attachment to any of it because it's all just flowing toward you. Same as the tree. You didn't have attachment to the tree and there it was. And it's like your twin soul is the same way. They're just a tree growing that is going to be there the whole time. Like that, like the tree is there for love and admiration and beauty and enjoyment, and that's what your twin soul is there for as well. So I hope this exercise is helpful to you. I think definitely give it a try when you're out, maybe on a walk. I'm recording this during COVID, so that's pretty much the only thing I've been doing lately is going on a sparingly or a spare number of walks in the park, maybe like once a weekend, or sometimes we go hiking as well. But yeah, we it's like it's a really interesting game to play, and I think have some fun with it and see what you come up with. Try to apply this to your higher power, so God or the universe. Try to apply this to your twin soul and see if it gives you any breakthroughs or any deeper understanding of your twin soul union. I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and have a beautiful and blessed day. Searching for your twin soul or wondering if the person you're with is the one? Make sure you check out my book related to this episode called Find Your Twin Soul: The 9 Foolproof Ways You Can Recognize and Confirm Your Twin Soul. In the book, I talk about why the question of who your twin soul is might come up for you over and over again, and what's really going on in your energy. I share 9 amazing and diverse ways to determine the identity of your twin soul, with detailed instructions on how to complete each test. What to do if you know who your twin soul is, but the tests are pointing away from that person or even toward someone else. And how astrology, tarot, and psychic readers are able to help you find your twin soul, and the many ways in which they can't confirm your twin soul for you. You can find the book, Find Your Twin Soul, at all the major retailers, or find links in the description to learn more. And don't forget to check out the rest of the books in the Twin Soul Hearts and Union series.